I love more, but I'm better with war. Metaphor, the warrior and peacemaker. Sometimes it takes war to have some peace from these haters. It can be...
What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with another video. It's hard to believe it's been nearly 21 years since the formation of the New World Order. Wrestlemania has tracked down the whereabouts of 10 NWO stars to see what the bad boys of wrestling are up to. Keep in mind, we've recently looked at some of their whereabouts in other videos, so if you see some missing, check out our other Where Are They Now videos. By the way, we won't be covering the obvious three, being Hollywood Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. Number 1. Vincent. He was just one of the many names who WCW simply had to have due to his past in the WWF. That and his name is a small jab at a certain other Vincent. He managed to keep a job with the NWO as their head of security until 2000. Now he's best known for being an internet meme and his GoFundMe page with the intent on becoming a real-life millionaire. He is, however, quite a long way away from the $1 million goal and has only managed to reach $1,190. One positive is that he made that misfortunate photo into a documentary entitled The Legend of Virgil and His Traveling Merchandise in 2015, and he also made an appearance on Grimm's Toy Show in 2016. Number 2. The Disciple. This member was one of the many gimmicks taken on by Ed Leslie, who after leaving WCW in 1996, returned as the unrecognizable Disciple, acting as Hollywood Hogan's bodyguard. His most memorable moment during his run in the stable was when he was held captive by the Warrior. Once Warrior left WCW, the Disciple faded away in the background and departed WCW in November 1999. Post-retirement, Leslie stayed close with his longtime friend Hulk Hogan, and appeared as a coach in Hulk Hogan's Celebrity Championship Wrestling, and also took part in the Hulkamania Let the Battle Begin tour in 2009. Recently, however, Hogan and his now former hanger and banger have not seen eye to eye since the Gawker sex tape lawsuit and Hogan's marriage to Jennifer McDaniel. He claims that both his and Hogan's wife don't get along and was furious at the fact that his wife was mentioned during the lawsuit. He had this to say on Twitter: "I'd like to defend my wife Barbie Beefcake and call out Hulk Hogan to tell the truth. The real reason we aren't friends or get in the ring. This is unreal. Why would my wife be brought up in the Hogan sex trial? Shit's about to go down if the real truth comes out." Even though his friendship with the Hulkster has dissolved, he still continues to make sporadic appearances at wrestling conventions and occasionally still wrestles on the indie circuit. Number 3. Scott Norton. Scott Norton enjoyed success in the US version of the NWO as well as NWO Japan. His work with Buff Bagwell as Vicious and Delicious was arguably less successful than his work in Japan, but significantly better than his team-up with Ice Train as Fire and Ice. After WCW folded, Norton's career surged in Japan, where he held the IWGP Championship 2 times. Norton continues wrestling on the indie circuit and is reportedly writing a book about his career. Number 4. Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell broke out as a heel during his NWO tenure, and while he didn't make it to the main event, the move helped his WCW career. Behind the scenes, a bad attitude led to his quick departure from the WWF. He then appeared on the indie scene and TNA, but a 2012 car accident put his life on hold after he sustained serious injuries. He has since recovered and is now pursuing a lawsuit against the WWE for royalties he claims he is owed by the WWE network. His work as a male escort saw him appear on an episode of the Showtime series Gigolos. Number 5. NWO Sting, aka Jeff Farmer. The New World Order played mind games on WCW and WCW icon Sting by convincing WCW that Sting had joined the NWO. The imposter Sting made the real Sting so upset that he dyed his hair black and didn't return to in-ring action until Starrcade 97. Not bad for a guy whose best known work before was as Cobra, a wrestler feuding with WCW Sergeant Craig Pittman. Now, Jeff Farmer serves as a project manager at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine's Genetics, Exercise and Research, or GEAR. Number 6. Nick Patrick. The NWO's heel referee made life difficult for many WCW stars during the NWO's reign of terror. Patrick, a former wrestler, then continued his cheating ways when he was brought into the WWF's invasion angle, siding with the wrestlers of the Alliance. He continued working for the WWE on SmackDown, then in its developmental territory. He worked with his dad in the Rampage Pro Wrestling promotion and briefly worked with Great Championship Wrestling. He now makes occasional appearances refereeing matches for Ron Gossett's Universal Championship Wrestling, but is otherwise out of the business. Number 7. Horace Hogan. Hulk Hogan's real-life nephew enjoyed time as a member of Uncle Hulk's NWO Hollywood faction before turning on the Hulkster during WCW's New Blood vs. Millionaires Club angle. Although Horace made it to the WWE in 2002, his time there was short-lived and he was released the same year. Horace went to work in construction and, when last heard from, worked for his wife's Florida-based company. Number 8. The Great Muta. The New World Order idea came about after Eric Bischoff saw an invasion angle in Japan between New Japan Pro Wrestling and UWFI. Given WCW's partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling, it only made sense to have an NWO faction overseas. The Great Muta, who had worked years earlier in WCW, was already a legend when he joined NWO Japan. Muta has remained a mainstay in Japan, working in New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Japan Pro Wrestling. In 2013, Muta formed his own promotion, Wrestle One, following his exit from All Japan. Number 9. Eric Bischoff. The man who created the NWO earned the nickname ATM Eric for his liberal dispensing of cash to wrestlers, with some blaming WCW's demise on his excessive spending. Following WCW's buyout by the WWF, Bischoff returned to wrestling, surprising fans when he appeared as the Raw general manager. A run in TNA brought attention but questionable results. Bischoff stays busy with his production company, Bischoff Hervey Entertainment, hosts his own podcast, and is part of a beer label, Buffalo Bill Cody Beer. And number 10. Bret Hart. The NWO teased the excellence of execution might join them when he jumped ship from the WWF in 1997. While that didn't happen initially, Hart eventually joined the New World Order in its NWO 2000 incarnation, teaming with Jeff Jarrett, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall. Bret entered the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006, eventually reconciling with Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels, the two key figures in the Montreal Screwjob. Hart has made occasional appearances in the WWE over the last few years and can be found on rare occasions making special appearances such as an upcoming Evening of Excellence with Bret Hart and an appearance at the Rhode Island Comic Con. Well guys, there you have it, 10 NWO stars and what they're up to now. Be sure to leave your comments below and any other past NWO members you would like us to cover. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.